Good morning. Welcome to Memory Plan with me. This week I'm memory planning September 15th to the 21st, and I'm using this kit from Glam Planner. I have had this kit for a very long time, and I was afraid that it was going to start losing its stickiness pretty soon, so I decided that I should probably use it as soon as I can. And since this week was the first official week of fall, I believe, I think it's September 21st if I'm not mistaken, so this actually falls on Sunday of this week, so I decided, you know what, let's just use it. I'm pulling in a couple washi from my collection turned into a pirate there for a second. I'm pulling out some of my own washi from my collection for the top half and then using the bottom half of the washi that came with the kit. And I actually really love how that turned out. This week wasn't that eventful. I mean, it was just another full week of work, and finally work is starting to calm down a little bit. In a sense that we're all just finding our groove again. We're building a nice routine. We're just, I'm able to get up early again, go to work. I mean, I can even read before I work again. So it all just feels very, very good right now. I don't want to, I need to knock on wood because right now life seems to be just running a little bit smoother than a couple weeks ago when I was really super stressed out. But other than that, everything else has been going pretty smoothly. Smoothly. My goodness. I've been getting a lot of me time in this week. I've been just focusing on myself more. One of the biggest things that I really need to learn how to do is just to slow down and live in the moment because I am a type of person that likes to just go, go, go all the time. Even on weekends, I always feel super busy. So this kit came with these two tall boxes that are exactly the same, and I didn't have enough full boxes for every day, so I decided to use them both, and I kind of put them far apart from each other, hoping that they're not too noticeable. I mean, like, hoping that you can't tell that they're the same, or I can't tell that they're the same because I'm the one that's going to see my planner, but to me, it looks fine. The art does seem a little different, so I'm kind of thinking that maybe it was revamped, like those tall boxes are more from a revamped kit. I'm not sure. In any case, the colors were the same color way, so I thought, okay, they have to be from the same kit, but I'm not 100% sure. The skinny washi that I'm using right here is a kind of a thicker material, so it was harder to cut through, and I was kind of scared that I was going to cut through to my table, but it was fine. It was kind of just a tougher material. And this kit also didn't come with glitter headers, so I had to look into my stash. I have glitter headers from the Prairie Planner from a bunch of different colors, so I tried to pick the best colors that matched. And I couldn't find the darkest blue, so I just I had used the darkest one that I had, but it's not as dark as the blue that's in the kit, so I was a little bit thrown off by that, but you can't really tell. It might just be because I know myself that that's not the right shade of blue, so anyway. And then I couldn't figure out which color glitter header should go on top of that tall box that's on Sunday because it kind of takes up two spaces. I didn't have a lot going on Sunday either, so it didn't really matter that I didn't have as much space for planning stuff. Ultimately, I decided to use blue, and I think it turned out fine because there's more pink than there is blue in this kit, so I figured that it was fine. And I was a little bit worried about not, what do you call it? I was kind of worried that I would break one of these glitter headers because I seem to break glitter headers all the time, like rip them and tear them. And since I was only using three colors, it wasn't like I had extras, if that makes sense. So I was trying to be very super careful with them this week. So fall happens to be my favorite season of the whole year. I just love the weather. The weather's perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just my most favorite time of the year. However, I do not like pumpkin kit. I do these voiceovers really early in the morning and I should probably wait till I'm more awake. I was trying to say I don't like pumpkin spice latte, and it's kind of like I like everything that I don't know how to explain this. I like how it looks in kits and I like the idea of it, but I tried it and I can't get on board with it. I've tried it by itself. I've tried adding stuff to it. I just cannot like it, I guess. I'm using the day covers that came with the kit, and I'm really happy that I did that this week because there was another week where I didn't use the actual day covers that came with the kit, and I didn't love how it turned out. And since these day covers matched the bottom washi, it looks even better. I couldn't even decide where to put this either. I ultimately decided to put on the very top, and I don't know, looking at it now, I'm not really sure that was the best idea, but that's what we did. So getting into the day by day, the first thing I'm marking on Monday is that I read, and I'm using an icon that came with the kit. And then after that, I'm marking that I got Starbucks, and I'm using this Once More with Love sticker. No, sorry, that's Coffee Monsters Go sticker to mark that. And then I'm marking work with an icon from the kit with the laptop. And after that, I'm marking errands with the car icon from the kit. I tried to use as many icons as I possibly could from the kit because it came with a lot of icons, and I just was kind of lazy to pull stickers, I think. But at the same time, if the kit comes with it, you might as well just use it, right? So, anyways, after that, marking that we got groceries, and I'm using another icon from the kit to mark that. And this day, me and my husband went to Best Buy, and I bought him a new gaming controller for his birthday. I know his birthday was actually on Saturday, but I did a couple more birthday things for him throughout the week. This controller is from a shop called Marl's Designs. And then after that, I'm marking that I watched Wednesday, and I'm just using a little things from the kit. I'm not even putting anything on it because it has a little TV on it. And then using a heart icon from the kit, I'm just marking that I went to bed early. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I'm marking is that I woke up early and I read, and I'm using this book stack sticker from the Prairie Planner. And then marking work, I'm using a phone icon from the kit. And this day we took our classroom outside to do land-based learning, which is just learning on the land. And yeah, so I'm using this tree, and I don't know where it's from. It's from a leftover kit, I think. But anyways, it matched really well. And then to mark that I was so tired because we were outside all day, I'm using this girl from Van Sticky to mark just like that I was really, really tired. And because I was outside all day, I needed to take a long bath when I got home, and I'm using this bath sticker from Echo Huey Craft Go. And then I had a TikTok binge, and I'm using this Once More with Love sticker to mark that. And I watched some more Wednesday this evening, so I'm using another little things to mark that. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I'm marking is that I read again, and I'm using another book stack sticker from the Prairie Planner. Then with this Teddy Plan sticker, I'm marking that I was at work, and after that I did more errands, and I'm using this icon from the kit. It looks like a store. I'm going to say it's a store because that's what I did. And then with this gaming controller, I'm just marking that I played Overcooked when I got home that evening. I don't know where this controller's from, and it bugs me because I feel like I should know. I feel like it's a shop that I shop from all the time, but I can't remember where it's from. But anyways, to mark that I watched more Wednesday, I'm using another little things. And then to mark YouTube binge, I'm using this little play button from Carl's Creations. Then with this Coffee Monsters Go emoji and a onesie, I'm marking that I went to bed early. Moving on to Thursday, this day we woke up at 5 a.m. because my husband was waiting for this new game release that was coming out, so he wanted to be up super early, so we woke up at 5 a.m. To mark that, I'm using a alarm. Well, I don't know. I think it's just a clock sticker from the kit. And then I went to get a Starbucks. This was also part of his birthday present. So, like, just waking him up this early and getting him a Starbucks for breakfast. That Starbucks sticker is another emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I came home and I read. So I'm using this little book from Once More with Love. Then with this leftover, I think it's like a desktop from the Prairie Planner. I'm using that to mark work. And then to mark that I was working late, I'm using a Coffee Monsters Co emoji on the laptop. Then with this coffee icon from the kit, I'm marking that I picked up a Tim Hortons. I know that I usually do that on Fridays, but I did that today because I didn't have to get up as early on this Friday. So I thought that it was fine. And to mark that I watched Wednesday, I'm using another little things from the kit. And then moving on to Friday, the first thing I'm marking is that I read, so I'm using another Once More with Love book to mark that. And this is the day that I went in for my eye exam, so I'm using this sticker from, just hold on, it's right here, the Coffee Brain Plants to mark that I had an eye appointment. I believe that's where it's from. I have them written down, but I don't know if I'm matching up the shops with the stickers. I really hope that I am. I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. It was so funny because the eye doctor was telling me that I'm getting close to the age where my eyesight will probably start to change, and it just reminded me that I'm getting older. But apparently I learned that they make contacts that have bifocals now, which is something that I never knew. So I'm not needing to use glasses. I can still use contacts. I mean, when my eyes do decide to start changing, because they haven't yet, but I'm kind of not as nervous about it anymore. Other than that, my eyes still look healthy, so that's good. And then I went to work using this Papershire laptop sticker. It has a little apple on it, which I think is really cute. It's so funny because 2 students brought me apples that day too, which I think is hilarious because you know how in the olden days, students used to bring their teachers apples, and, I mean, I don't know why, but I got 2 of them that day, it was pretty funny. I think they just gave them to me because they didn't want them in their lunch kits, and they just, like, thought that I would want them instead, I don't know. But anyways, marking that one of my coworkers bought me an ice cap this day, I'm using this ice cap sticker from the sticker party. Then with the Stick with the Plan Co. girl, Lottie, I think her name is Lottie, she's laying on the couch, I'm marking that I just had a lazy evening, and then this day I did a hair mask, and I'm using this Paper Shire girl to mark that. Oh my goodness, my hair is super dry lately, and I don't know how to fix it. I need advice for fixing my dry, damaged hair. I have it dyed right now, so I mean, I know that it's my fault. Anyways, with this Sugar Pop Fizz bone sticker, I'm marking that I played Apex, and then moving on to Saturday, the first thing I'm marking in is that I watched a movie called Swiped this morning, which is the, story behind Tinder and Bumble, and I'm using the popcorn sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. Then with this nail polish sticker, I'm marking that I played bingo, and then with this spray bottle, marking that we cleaned our apartment. With this SBC McDonald's takeout bag sticker, I'm marking that we went to McDonald's. With this gaming headset from Bare Necessities, marking that I played Apex, and then we watched another movie this night together, me and my husband, called Control, but it's spelled CTRL, which is a pretty weird movie, but also a movie that I can see. I mean, it's like one of those things where you can see where society could be heading with the whole AI thing. Very sad movie, by the way. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing I'm marking is that I planned and I'm using this flat lay from Papershire. And then with this knife sticker from Simply a Mess, marking that I had a crime binge, and I'm using such a small little piece of washi that I kind of forgot it was there. Then with another gaming headset from the Bare Necessities, marking that I played Apex, and then with another Curls Creation play button, marking that I did an upload this day, and then finally marking relaxing with a sticker from a shop called Every Minute a Story. So yeah, that's the entire week. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great week. Bye.